Get ready for cargo shots from the Strat Times, presented by HACTL. Here's a weekly roundup of the latest air freight and logistics news.
What's next for global air cargo? From new industry priorities set by IATA to strong growth at Cathay Cargo and a leadership change at IndiGo as Peter Elber steps down. Here's what's shaping air cargo right now. Stay with us as we unpack the biggest developments that shaped global air cargo this week. I am Nikita Sebastian and this is Cargo Shots presented by HACTL. Embraer's first E190 passenger-to-freighter aircraft entered commercial service in Europe, with Bridges Air Cargo operating the inaugural flight from Cologne to Larnaca, carrying express shipments. The aircraft will support Bridges Worldwide's network across Europe, the Middle East and Africa, targeting regional express cargo demand and time-sensitive deliveries. The converted E190F offers combined main deck and lower deck capacity with a structural payload of 13.5 tons. Bridges Group said the aircraft enables 8 to 12-ton network solutions for express logistics. The freighter also offers higher volume than earlier models and operating economics aimed at regional cargo operations. The program has faced setbacks since its 2022 launch, including the withdrawal of Astral Aviation and Nordic Aviation Capital. Momentum returned when Regional One became launch lessor and Bridges Air Cargo the launch operator. The entry into service signals Embraer's push into regional cargo aircraft for e-commerce logistics. At the International Air Transport Association World Cargo Symposium held in Lima, Peru from March 10 to 12, 2026, the industry body outlined 3 priorities for the air cargo sector: accelerating digitalization, strengthening global standards, and improving safety and security to support resilience amid geopolitical tensions and supply chain disruptions. Another report presented at the symposium showed how tariff tensions reshaped global trade in 2025, with air cargo enabling the rapid movement of $157 billion in front-loaded imports into the United States during the first quarter. The study also highlighted the growing role of air freight in transporting artificial intelligence infrastructure components. IATA also highlighted Peru as an example of how air cargo connectivity supports national export growth. The country's exports rose from $33.7 billion in 2015 to $90.1 billion in 2025, driven largely by fresh produce shipments. Air freight carries only 1.3% of export tonnage but accounts for 23% of Peru's export value. MSC Air Cargo has expanded its fleet to 7 Boeing 777 freighters with the delivery of a new 777-200F named Castor at Seattle. The addition increases the airline's long-haul capacity and supports its ongoing fleet expansion strategy amid sustained demand across global cargo markets. The new aircraft will strengthen the carrier's Europe-Asia network, connecting gateways including Rome Fiumicino Airport and Milan Malpensa Airport with Hong Kong, Shanghai Pudong International Airport and Izhuahua Airport. MSC Air Cargo said the aircraft will support specialized shipments including pharmaceuticals, perishables, high-tech and automotive cargo. Heathrow Airport handled nearly 130,000 tons of cargo in February 2026, reflecting steady freight activity through the UK's largest air hub. Total cargo volumes for the first 2 months of the year reached around 253,000 tons, highlighting continued demands for international trade flows moving through the airport's global network. Meanwhile, Liège Airport reported strong cargo growth in early 2026, handling around 220,000 tons between January and February, up 18.6% year-on-year. The increase was driven by seasonal demand, Valentine's flower shipments, and shifting trade flows, with export volumes rising 25% and North American traffic surging significantly. Cargo volumes at Frankfurt Airport also increased in February, rising 4.8% year-on-year to around 159,000 tons, despite winter weather disruptions and strike-related flight cancellations. While aircraft movements declined slightly, the airport maintained stable passenger traffic and recorded overall growth across several international airports managed by Fraport. Lufthansa Cargo reported strong 2025 results, with adjusted EBIT rising 29% to 324 million euros and revenue reaching 3.4 billion euros. Higher Asian demand, expanded capacity, and improved load factors supported margins, while the airline returned to the global top 5 cargo carriers ahead of schedule under its bold move strategy. Operations faced disruption as a 48-hour strike by the pilots' union Waranegen Cockpit began on March 12th and is continuing at the time this episode is being aired, affecting flights across the Lufthansa Group. Despite widespread passenger cancellations, Lufthansa Cargo said it would operate more than 80% of its scheduled freighter services, limiting the impact on global cargo movements. Cathay Cargo carried 1.677 million tons of freight in 2025, a 9.5% increase year-on-year, according to the Cathay Group annual results. Cargo revenue reached $3.1 billion, supported by higher capacity and improved traffic across the airline's global cargo network. Cargo capacity measured in available freight ton kilometers rose 8.3% to around 15 billion, while traffic increased 6.3% to around 9 billion. Despite higher volumes, the cargo load factor slipped slightly to 58.8% and yields declined 4.6% as the carrier added capacity through expanded passenger schedules. Demand remained strong across major trade lanes from Hong Kong and the Greater Bay Area, driven by e-commerce and high-tech shipments, including AI-related components. Cathay Cargo also recorded growth in specialized cargo, including pharmaceuticals, perishables, and semiconductor equipment, while exports from India and Southeast Asia supported regional volumes. Peter Elbers has stepped down as CEO of IndiGo with immediate effect. The airline's board thanked him for his leadership and service. Rahul Bhatia, managing director and co-founder, will temporarily oversee the airline's operations, while the company begins the process of appointing a new chief executive. The transition follows operational disruptions in December 2025, when crew shortages and network delays affected passengers and cargo. IndiGo also faced challenges with 6 leased Boeing 787-9 aircraft from North Atlantic Airways after airspace restrictions tied to West Asia tensions forced route changes and flight adjustments. Thank you for joining us on this week's Cargo Shots. Stay updated by hitting the subscribe button on our YouTube channel and visiting www.stattimes.com for daily news updates. We will be back next week with a new episode of Cargo Shots featuring more interesting stories.
You've been watching Cargo Shots from the Strat Times, presented by HACTL. See you next week with more updates from the air cargo and logistics industry.